No.
Okay, good morning everyone. Today, I'll be discussing to you the 4 stages in passage planning. But before anything else, I believe this is navigation to students, so I believe you have already taken up passage planning in previous years. Before that, let's do a recap of what passage planning means. Okay? So, passage planning is a procedure of developing a complete description of a vessel's voyage from start to finish. And what does that mean? It means that there's more than just creating lines on the chart to just call it passage plan. You can just call it, oh, that's the passage plan, sir. Captain, this is the passage plan I have prepared because I already put marks in the charts. Not that. It means a complete description of vessel's voyage from start to finish. It means all the details, all the information that is necessary for the safe voyage of the vessel is included in the passage plan. What are those details? The alteration points, the forecasted weather that the vessel may encounter along the way. So, you can achieve having a good passage plan by undergoing some stages. And those stages are the topics we're going to discuss today. So, let's proceed. By the end of the session, you students will be able to identify the 4 stages in passage planning and explain each stage in passage planning. So, here are the 4 stages in passage planning. The first is the appraisal, the planning, execution, and the monitoring. Let's proceed to the first stage, which is appraisal. Appraisal is the stage that consists of gathering and contemplating on information relevant to the voyage. What does that mean again? It is where the navigating officer, not necessarily the second officer, but the navigating officer gathers all the information needed for the particular voyage. It is where he consults everything from the nautical publications, routing charts, and all other, the weather forecast, they, like this. These are the nautical publications, routing charts, again, the light list, radio list, everything that is essential for the voyage. That's the task of the navigating officer to prepare before undergoing passage planning. He should make sure that every detail has been considered before doing the passage plan. So, there are some here who are navigating officers, right? So I believe you will agree with me with what I'm saying today. Soon you will, because you're students, soon you will understand what I'm trying to say. The next stage would be the planning. In this planning, it is the process that involves projecting various future events including landfalls, narrow passages, and course changes expected during the voyage. In planning, let's go back to the appraisal. In the appraisal, you have gathered all the information. You have gathered the forecasted weather the next 3 days. So in this stage, planning, that's the time you will do counteraction for that information. If you have gathered information about the weather forecast, that, for example, there may be storms that may cross your track, your intended track. So in this stage, that's the stage where you plan what's your action to compensate with the storm. So this is the stage where you do that. Planning should also include the plotting of intended route on appropriate scale charts. So that's the time you will consider what charts to use, what the appropriate charts to use in this area. Like for example, if you're doing channeling, you do the largest scale charts, the harbor charts, etc. So that's included in the planning stage. Planning should also include elements to ensure the safety of life at sea, the safety and efficiency of navigation, and the protection of the marine environment during the voyage. For example, these elements are the safe speed, speed alteration, minimum clearance, and course alteration. So you should consider this in your planning stage. where you should put your course alternation, or you may say in this position you will do same speed. So the next stage would be the execution. This stage, this is the time actually where the ship departs from the port. This is from the work itself, execution. It is the stage where the vessel executes what is instructed in your voyage plan. So this is the start of your voyage actually. This is the time where you as what I've said earlier, it is the start of your voyage. It is where you follow what has been made in your voyage plan. The last stage would be monitoring. Monitoring is the stage where a ship's movement is monitored. How will you monitor your ship's movement? By keeping ship's position. You have to you record your speed. You have to calculate your ETA, or you have to record your deviations for the reporting, etc. There are more information that you can add from this, like your squat, or the company may require you to report your present draft while doing the voyage. So you will in this stage you will do the monitoring. Okay. So in the future, since you are still students, you will do this. Actually, on vessels on board, you will do position taking every hour. Some may require every 2 hours. It depends actually by the company SMS. So the next would be review. So before I go, I don't know if I still have time. Let's do a short review of what we have taken today. I hope you have learned something. So let's do a short review. So I mentioned 4 stages in passage planning. So the first would be, anyone? Appraisal. So the first we have mentioned appraisal. The next, okay. Appraisal means, what do we do in appraisal stage again? Gather information. Exactly. Again, this appraisal stage, this is where you gather data, information for your voyage, important details for your voyage. The next stage would be what? Planning. Exactly. So in planning again, what do you do in planning stage? Anyone? You will plan what you do, what you counteract, how to counteract the informations you have gathered in appraisal. So sir, that is to project future events. Okay? So the third stage would be, again, execution. What's execution means? Anyone? No listening. Okay, again, execution means you execute what you have planned. Execution of the plan. So remember that. The last would be monitoring. It's where you monitor if you are on track of what you have planned in what you have prepared in your voyage plan. So that is monitor ship's movement. So that would be the entire stage in doing passage plan. Since you are students, so I hope that you will remember everything. Because when you practice your license as second officer or navigating officer, I can just say second officer because some companies, they do third officer as their navigating officer. So I hope you will remember all of these things when you practice your license. So again, these are the appraisal, planning, execution, monitoring. So no more, no less. So I guess that would be all. Thank you and good day.